Hey there, my name's Tracy from Randomness of Rudy, and in this video we're going to talk about Pisces in a relationship with Sagittarius. This is a part of my YouTube series, The Pisces Experience, where I take a look at Pisces in a relationship with each sign of the zodiac. So if you haven't seen the first video I did where I go a bit more in depth on what it's actually like to date a Pisces, please go back and check that out. Pisces with Sagittarius is a very tough match, and it requires a whole lot of adjusting, okay? Pisces is a water sign, Sagittarius is a fire sign. Your elements alone are incompatible, and it can be very difficult to build a relationship with these two elements alone. Hopefully there are other elements to your makeup that, would bring about a healthier bond. But just looking at your sun signs alone, it can be difficult to get this relationship off the ground. So keep that in mind. And here's why. With Sagittarius being a fire sign, Sagittarius is about action, travel, exploration, and really kind of worldly knowledge and doing what's necessary in the way of adventure to explore. And Pisces is totally open to this and will certainly encourage it in Sagittarius. But Pisces also knows that, there's much more to life than just adventurous pursuits and worldly knowledge. In other words, Pisces understands that, it's important to absorb an inner knowledge from a different plane that's not necessarily physical. Okay, and so your differences here really stem from what you believe, what your personal philosophies are. And Sagittarius tends to operate from an existential point of view in terms of philosophy, in terms of expansion of the mind, whereas Pisces is more spiritual. Pisces understands that there are elements beyond our awareness that essentially bring or enhance our depth of knowledge and way of being, okay? So these are things to keep in mind in terms of your differences. The other thing is Pisces is more emotional, and Pisces is also quite abstract. And Sagittarius wants and needs someone that he or she can grab and hold on to, especially when they're off on another adventure, okay? And so this is something that may be frustrating for Sagittarius, and that there's a sense of uncertainty that Sagittarius always gets or experiences with Pisces. And it's nothing to take personally. It's just how Pisces is. Pisces is very abstract and picks up on a lot of different things. Whereas Sagittarius is basically saying, who cares? Let's go. And so this is also something that these two signs will need to keep in mind. As far as lovemaking, it's the same thing in that there can be a disconnect here. Sagittarius is very light in the bedroom and doesn't, care for intense experiences. And that's not to say that Pisces only wants intensity, but Pisces needs to connect, in other words. And Sagittarius connects in a different way that isn't overly passionate or emotional, but more so lighthearted and fun and excitable. And Pisces will be open to this, but Pisces still needs to feel that connection to the person they're making love to. And if it's not there, Pisces is simply not going to be in the mood. And so these are things as well that you will have to be aware of. And when it comes to lovemaking, you may have to make certain adjustments here, okay? As far as your disagreements, it's the same thing in that you may be talking past one another. Because again, Pisces is more higher-minded and understands the ethereal qualities to life. And Sagittarius gets that, and understands it, but it doesn't necessarily register for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, as I said, is more philosophical, and is more knowledgeable in a worldly perspective. And so you're going to have to adjust your communication style and just make sure that whatever the issue is, you're talking about that issue as it is without bringing in this whole spiritual philosophical perspective and really kind of getting to the nuts and bolts of a grievance in order to overcome it, all right, or at least reach a compromise. So there are a lot of adjustments that have to be made in this particular match, but at the same time, you both are very flexible, you both are very adaptable, and so there's no reason to suggest that this relationship couldn't go the distance, especially if you're able to make the adjustments that are required. If you want more information, feel free to visit my website at randomnessofrudy.com, and until next time, good luck.